Hello and welcome to the very first hands-on gameplay overview sneak peek of an upcoming game called Stickman Beyond, which will be released late 2022. All details will be in this video a bit later. This is alpha version, but it's a special alpha version. There's other alpha testers, and this is a showcase version where I'll be able to show you the core mechanics of the game, and you're gonna have a pretty good idea of what this game will be about. Of course, there's limitation. The game is still in alpha mode. I'm gonna encounter a bug at the beginning, but I was in constant speak with the developer FVS, and he helped me through these. It's very minor. It's because my controller was connected, so there was a conflict. You should see ASD in the bottom. That's gonna cause me some issue because what you need to do is click to make the progress bar move ahead, because this is part of a story. The game is more story oriented, right? And we're simulating that we're loading something, and all I have to do is click. But as you can see, it's pretty slow, so I need to upgrade tap CPU and network. But how do I do that? So what I did is I mashed my keyboard and found out that A, S, and D was what I needed to use to upgrade tap CPU and network. Once I figured this out, everything goes well, because this is a very simple interlude or prelude to the game, a prologue, I would guess. I'm not sure what the story will be about, but right now we're loading something of sorts. And if you want to see the trailer of the game, it's in the exclamation mark top right of the screen. Also, my original series is there. I'll talk about this later when it's gonna come to compare with the original game. So what I'll do here, I'm just gonna skip most of the process here, right there. You see what I did. I'm not gonna show you the whole thing loading. I think you get the point. So I just upgrade ASD, auto clicker, and then after a few seconds, it's done. And we're almost done already. After that, we're gonna look at the tutorial, which is very simple, and then jump into the game. Don't forget, there's always timestamps, but I invite you to watch everything if you're really curious about this game. The last one, once again, I'm going to skip and I'm going to get started on the tutorial. I even took my time because I knew something new was coming. There you go. The tutorial is pretty simple, pretty short, and we're going to see already a difference that I'll note very quickly. In fact, two, but there's a few. It's a similar game to the original one, just more polished and with more functionalities. So here's just to move your cursor. If I hit escape, I'm just exploring how the game is working right now. It's pretty simple. Next tutorial is to shoot at the Stickman mockup. Now, there will be a functionality where I can shoot many times per second, but I'm using my auto clicker, so I'll explain that later. You saw the Stickman becoming red. If I get close to it, it becomes invincible. That was not in the original game. In the original game, you put your cursor in the middle, you shoot everywhere, and you're gonna destroy this thing. But in the game, if several times you're gonna see it become red if I get too close. Right now, it just wants me to beat the Stickman. Nothing spectacular. Now, when you hit the Stickman, it drops energy and it drops ad coins. Right now, it's not possible to spend ad coins in the alpha, but ad coins will be extremely important as they were in the original game. And energy enables me to use abilities, and I'm going to show you one in a moment in the next tutorial. I think it's this one. It's hold the tab button to consume energy and beat the Stickman faster. So he was explaining to me that when you do this, the developer, when you do this, you get more ad coins, more rewards. But I think he was talking about ad coins. So if I was to use only my auto clicker, well, I should use all the functionalities, instead of just using my auto clicker. Although I do want to feel my progress bar at the same time, so I'm gonna have to figure out a strategy here. Okay. So this is the weapon menu. I was trying to figure out how to get out of it and stuff. Look how it becomes red when I'm close to it. Now it bugs up, but it's normal. It's part of the game. It's part of the lore. Because when you play an alpha and you see something like this, He warned me in advance. Hey, when it crashes, it doesn't. It's part of the game. Now we're in the game. This is the pause menu. Of course, it's not complete. If I click on these things, they don't work. It's fine. Of course, I'm going to explore everything I can. Now, the setting works, but it's so simple. For some reason, it wasn't working there, but it's so simple. It's like two things. It's being built. The game is under construction. As you can see, I'm hitting the stickman, and the orange stuff, or yellow, dark yellow stuff, is the ad coins, the energy. So the time warper is the only one that he gave me, but it's something that you unlock over time, I believe. But he wanted me to showcase this, and it's really similar to the clock in the original game. So for the original series, which is in the top right once again, if you're gonna check, I invite you to watch episode 1. Really, episode 1 will give you a clear idea of the original game, how it was, and you can compare it to this. And this will also have prestige, leaderboards, okay? It's just more polished, and it has more story to it, and more content, such as rewards, maybe equipment, things like this. You saw the menu appear like this is because when you exit the weapon menu, you have to click and not hit escape. I kept hitting escape. It's going to happen quite a few times during the video. I guess I'm a slow learner, I don't know. Now this is another type of stickman. There is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there is 5 right now. And some of them have special abilities or special traits. And you unlock them, there's conditions to unlock them. So far, it's been only to have certain type of weapon. In the demo, or the alpha that I have access to, there is 6 weapons. I'm going to look at them all, but I'm going to have to cheat to have access to them all. That's why we're going to cheat for the first time. First time on this channel, I will cheat in a game. But of course, there is purpose to that. I'll use developer console to cheat. Give myself money, because I'll explain why. In fact, I'm gonna get stuck. You're supposed to be able to prestige what I can't. It doesn't exist in the game yet. Okay, the goal is just to show you the weapons, show you the stickman. You see how I hit escape again? I'll learn eventually. Towards the end of the video, or maybe I forgot where, but we're gonna look at each weapon slowly and each type of stickman slowly also. Because like I said, some of them are special. This fast forward that I just did in the video is just to show you very soon. I'm going to show you the boost. When you hit Q, it seems to be 3 possible boosts, but once again, there's only 1 available. And if I want to unlock another weapon, I need to have more stars. So here I need a 2nd star to unlock next weapon. The wall existed in the original game, and I'll show you which weapons are new. That did not exist back then. In fact, there's a lot of weapons, and something funny is going to happen a bit later. A little challenge I got from the developer. So you'll see what I mean a bit later. Here I was just showing that there was when you hit W, you can see all type of stickmen, and I was showing the parrot. But I was also playing on my own, right? And I just took a bunch of footage and showed it to you. So this is the same thing as the clock, I would say, in the original game. So what it is it just goes super fast, and you get a lot of money from weapons. So the orange on the right that you see, that's from weapons. And the left is your real one, and you gotta claim it using E. But when you hit the stickman with your normal attack, which is clicking, is straight to yellow. So orange is like the spikes. All I have is the spikes, but soon I'm gonna have another one. Right now, I think, yes, I'm gonna have a new weapon, the saw. So the spikes, the saw, and other weapons, when the stickman hits that, you get orange points. That's a little bit like a bank that keeps going up and up and up, and then you can collect that into real money that you can spend on upgrades. And here I'll be stuck because the saw is the point where you would probably prestige. The Tycoon Stickman is very interesting. I wanted to show this one to you. There's going to be another one too. We'll see at the end. But this one's cool because it gives a lot of money. So I wanted to show that. And FVS, the developer, asked me to show you also the death effect So we'll look at that a bit later in the video, what happens when he dies. To show you how more polished the game is compared to the original. He's about to die, he's gonna die off screen. I just want you to look at the amount of money. Because I thought I played probably 6 hours this game, so as you can see, 2.5 hours at that point. So I was really hopeful. Look at it, see? I got a bunch of money for killing that stickman, but I would have been stuck, so it's time to cheat. I was talking to him about this. Hey, look, I'm stuck. It's gonna take forever to get all the weapons. Here they are. I gave myself money. Now we're gonna look at each weapon. I'll let you read the description. I'm gonna go real slow for each weapon, and there's a showcase mode that I'm gonna look at where you're gonna see what each weapon does individually. But right now it's just like the knife existed in the original game, but then after that it's new stuff like this. So there's going to be 20 different stickmen, and then I asked him how many weapons, and there was a moment of silence. I said, oh, but I can't figure out how on my own. So he challenged me to find out how many weapons there are. So in a moment I will try to figure out how many weapons there are. I'll show you how I did that while we listen to the music, so there will be no comment for about maybe a minute or less. I invite you to watch this. Watch how I figured out how many weapons there are in this game without any clues. And then I asked him if I had the right answer. I'll tell you after. I want you to listen to the music because it's really awesome. We can take a look at the stickman first though. I forgot about this part. After that we'll look at the how many of these weapons there are. So there's going to be 20 stickmen, like I said. At least so far it's the plan. So these are, I'll let you read. They talk about rewards too. I'll give you a zoom in later on. Because when you level up or kill a stickman, you get rewards. But we don't have access to them yet. I'll show you a menu. The menu doesn't exist either, but he gave me a screenshot of the menu. So in the menu, you would have access to some sort of, I don't know, backpack or whatever. And that teleportment, you're going to see it too. Because you physically saw every single stickman minus this one. This one will be at the end. Okay? So we're about to cut, and then, in fact, I'm going to show you a empty weapon. If you go further than the last weapon, it says invalid weapon. Let's listen to the music. So by counting the pixels, I found out that there's 30 weapons, and he told me I was correct. Think about this, 30 weapons, awesome. Look at that, I'm shooting at a teleport man. I can see him being a bit annoying because he's dodging my bullets. And I'll show you a few screenshots and a few more elements, then we'll talk about when the game releases and etc. So this is what happens when you level up or kill a stickman. This is the menu, but I don't have access to it. It's just a screenshot. You saw there leaderboards, so there will be leaderboards, which is awesome. That's the tycoon dying, the gems all exploding. And he wanted to show the weapon spotlight. I'll be frank with you, I don't fully understand, because I didn't bombard him with a gazillion questions, but I have a lot of information for you for after this clip. For weapon spotlight, I'll tell you what I think it's for, because if you read there, other weapons are disabled. So you choose a weapon and you have a weapon spotlight. It's the only weapon that works. So we'll look at them all because we want to show you, I say we, he wants to show you through me how much the game is polished compared to the original. So that's why I invite you to watch episode 1 of my original series. But please keep in mind it was one of the first videos I ever did on YouTube ever. So, but it's not that bad. But you'll see a difference in quality, and you'll see a difference between that game, the BSB or Beat Stickman Beyond, or BSI, Beat Stickman Infinity Clones. What I think when it comes to weapon spotlight, right now you can see I'm using the knife. Maybe the spider bullet gives a special reward, specific, maybe a material even. And when you go in spotlight, maybe you get double, triple, or quadruple the amount of those materials or items. Maybe it's for farming. I don't know what it's for yet. But the goal right now is just to show you the graphics, how polished they are compared to the original game. If you watch the original episode 1, I say episode 1 because after that it's a journey of 10 episodes, but I explain everything, my whole approach in episode 1, you know. Okay, I hope I forgot nothing. If I did, I'll use the comment section to issue corrections. The game will be released late 2022 on Steam, Xbox, and will be available on Steam Deck. There will be a free app on Android, iOS. It's a mini-game for coins and prestige currency. There will be achievements and leaderboards, and the game will cost $5 US. That's all I got for you. I hope you enjoyed this gameplay preview, and I will make a series on this game, so stay tuned.